I'm Matt with etrailer, and today we're talking about the Titan chains, tire chains with square links and cams on our 2023 Ford F-150. This is also going to be on a tire size 245, 70, or 17, and we're going to have this on the rear axle as what the manual recommends. Now, that's just the tire we have today. This is going to fit a lot more tire sizes, but if you're not sure if this is going to fit your size, you can plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the best fit for you. This is going to be a great option for you if you're looking for more of an aggressive chain, for more of those extreme conditions, and you're looking for something that's going to be easier to tighten down. The reason why this is going to be for extreme conditions is because we're going to have these square links. That square design to them is going to help you bite through ice and snow, and they're also going to be made of a nickel alloy. That nickel alloy is going to help them last longer because they're going to be more weather resistant as compared to some other more standard chains. We're going to have this ladder pattern design to them, and that ladder pattern design is going to help you get more traction when driving forward and stopping. And in the center, you'll notice we have these cams, and what those cams do is help take out a lot of that looseness or slacking and get in your chains, giving you a tighter fit, and they're a lot easier to use as opposed to just using a lever. Now, I still recommend using a rubber tensioner when you have any chains like this, because what can happen is when you're driving, things can loosen up some, and that's just going to take out a lot of that slack. These are going to come in a set of 2 in this very light duty bag. So what's going to probably happen is when you're using this a few times, since it's being a light duty bag and these being some more extreme chains, they're probably going to tear through this bag after maybe 2 or 3 uses. So what I recommend is investing in a small tote to keep your chains in so they have a place to stay. Also going to come with this included tool, and what that tool is used for is to help tighten down your cams. Overall, going to be a great option for you if you are looking for more of that extreme chain to get you through those more deep snow or thicker ice conditions. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, so it's going to provide you more of a smooth ride, you're driving through more moderate conditions, I recommend some twist link chains, or if you want something a little bit more premium and easier to get on, I'd recommend some Koenig chains. Koenig chains a lot of times will have self-tensioners in the center of them, and you don't have to get underneath your vehicle. But if you don't mind getting underneath your vehicle and you like how aggressive these are, it's going to be a great option for you. If you're curious about how we got these on, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through the process. To begin the installation, I recommend grabbing some gloves. And if you are doing this for the first time, I recommend staying home because you don't want to have to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. But when we are checking over our chains, we want to make sure there's no damages to the links themselves. Everything's looking pretty good. And we want to make sure this is in the right orientation. So we want to make sure this hook is facing up so it's away from our tire so it doesn't puncture anything. Next to that, we want to make sure these cams are closest to me, furthest away from the tire, and are facing in. If they are facing out, that means it's usually bound up or a little twisted, or it's already tightened down. If it's already tightened down, that's going to give you an awkward fit. So just make sure this isn't tightened yet and it's not bound up, and we're going to start putting it on our tire. I'll have to grab it from the center, so it's even on both sides. I just drape it over the tire, and I like to grab from one side, push it over, so it's not going to drag across that rim or scratch anything up. At this point, I'm just making sure everything's even. After, when everything looks pretty good, I like to come to the bottom. Make sure these links are going to be easy to grab on the front and back so we can make those connections. Speaking about making those connections, we're going to start on the back. And we're going to grab this metal hook and we're going to push it through one of these links. Now this is probably going to take you a few attempts because we want to make sure it's not too tight on either side, so it's a good even fit on both sides. The connection on the front is going to be a little bit different. So instead of putting a hook through, we're going to put this lever through one of these links. Once this all the way through, I'm going to push down on it and push this link through that opening right there. With that done, I'm just going to come back through, kind of pull on the some. Still feels a little bit loose. That's okay. That's why we have this included tool. The way this is going to work, we're just going to put that flat part right there into this flatter hole. And we're going to turn this. You can see the link running through that channel, you know you're on the right track. If you're going like this and the link's not going through there, you might want to go the other direction. With that tightened down, I'm going to give it another tug. Probably get a little bit tighter. Go on to the next one. That's feeling pretty good so far. And that might do it for us. So when that feels pretty good, I still recommend using a rubber tensioner. If you don't have one, you can find one on our website. The way I like to put these on is in a star pattern. What these are going to do is alleviate some of that looseness we get sometimes when we're driving, because a lot of times your chains will start to settle, and this is just going to keep tension the entire time as you drive. Now when you put these hooks on, you want to make sure this hook is facing away from your tire so it doesn't puncture anything. And after when you repeated this step, you can do that same thing on the other side. Once both sides are complete, you can pull up or back up some, and that's just a check to make sure nothing's moving too much, everything looks pretty tight still, and if it does, then you can take it wherever you need. But that's just a look at the installation and some of the features of the Titan chains with cams and square links on our 2023 Ford F-150. Thanks for watching.